Well. Get it? Because this new episode is called The Well. Never mind. A terrifying, rather familiar adventure. But was episode 3 actually any good? Let's take a deep dive into The Well as we have a look at episode 3 of Doctor Who. Before I jump into this week's episode of Who Review, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below so you don't miss a new episode every single week. And as usual, this review will contain spoilers from the latest episode of Doctor Who. Let me kick off this whole review by saying I genuinely loved this story so much. This story took place immediately from the ending of the second episode, and I'm really liking how each story is connecting up so far, one after the other. However, this episode did kick off with a rather emotional moment between the Doctor and Belinda, which quite frankly I thought was beautiful. We saw another outfit change with Toxic by Britney Spears playing, and this felt rather weird. I don't know. I don't know if I liked it or not. I didn't hate it, but I'm still on the fence about this one moment. I'm not going to talk too much about the visual effects in this story, but I do want to give a shout out to the visual effects. I thought they were incredible, like really mesmerising. The story as a whole was terrifying, like genuinely terrifying. This was one of the stories in this season that I didn't know a lot about, and so I went into this story rather blindsided. And so a lot of the story, I was on the edge of my seat purely out of nervousness, not knowing what was going to happen next. As I mentioned last week with episode 2, I love it when Doctor Who can still scare me. In episode 2, Mr. Ringerding creeped me out, but with The Well, I was full blown scared, just really on edge. Rose Aileen Alice was great. She honestly just played her role so brilliantly. And the whole holographic subtitles was, I thought, genius. Really clever and such a really cool concept. This story reminded me a lot of the early New Who base under siege kind of stories. Now let's have a look at the huge reveal of this story. There were a lot of rumours around this story that this was going to be a direct sequel to Midnight. And honestly, I did think that those rumours were just a load of rubbish. However, the rumours were 100% true. And even though I knew of the rumours, I didn't believe them. And so I was still so shocked when it was revealed that the planet that they were on was in fact Midnight. I genuinely, I audibly gasped. I genuinely freaked out watching this episode. I actually really wish that I recorded my reaction because, like I said, I completely freaked out when it was revealed. And the reveal itself was bloody incredible. It was really amazing. A lot of the side characters in this story were great. I thought they were really enjoyable characters that were rather well written, well established characters. Now the hint that Earth had disappeared completely was scary, really scary. And it added to the mystery of the story arc of the season. The Doctor's remembrance and reflection of his last adventure on Midnight was spine-chilling, seriously. And I thought Ncuti played that scene so well. And actually, let's give a shout out to Ncuti because I thought throughout this whole episode, he was wonderful, truly wonderful. And let's also not forget Varida, who again and again keeps proving that she is phenomenal as our companion this season. I just think she's doing such a good job, and this story was no exception. She was fantastic. And seeing Belinda under attack was haunting. Again, just genuinely terrifying. Now the Doctor saving the day with his action theme kicking off was great. Really great. I was smiling like such an idiot in this moment. The climax to this story was intense. It was action-packed, it was scary, but it was so good, and quite frankly, rather sad. I thought that Mrs. Flood's cameo was great as well, really interesting, and I didn't actually know how she was going to appear in this story. It didn't seem like there was space for her to appear, but she popped up at the very last minute. Honestly, this entire story, I was really nervous that we were going to see the Midnight entity itself. Thankfully, we didn't. I think that if we did, it would have ruined not only this story, but also the original Midnight story. The issue with this being a sequel to Midnight is that I think people are going to compare this story directly to Midnight, which, sure, go ahead, but also it seems rather unfair judging that Midnight is considered to be one of the best Doctor Who stories, of all time. Either way, I really enjoyed this story. I really didn't expect to love this story as much as I did, but I really enjoyed it from the moment it began right up until the very end. And quite frankly, this is the first story in such a long time that I have given a perfect score. And so with that, The Well, 10 out of 10. I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with my score, but I genuinely love horror in Who, and I thought this story absolutely nailed horror in Doctor Who. Next week, Ruby is back, and I'm really excited for that. As much as I love Belinda as the companion, I am very excited to see Millie Gibson back on screen. I have missed Ruby Sunday, so I'm very keen for next week's story. But what did you think of episode 3? Let me know in the comments down below.
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Whovian Commonly YouTube channel. Cool.